Ladies and gentlemen, how are we doing? Hope you're doing extremely well. We are on the way to perform a leg day. Lower body session, baby! And I'm hoping that the hack squat is free and working, because it hasn't been working. If you can see by the surroundings, it is currently raining here in the United Kingdom, which is good because the trees and the grass needs it, because everything looks like a desert at the moment. I mean, obviously you can kind of see green bushes and shit, but it doesn't count. All of the side bits are all, look, you can't see that. But there's brown grass, there's like light yellow grass, which is bad, okay? We need water. Global warming is a thing and it's happening right now. But yes, like I just said, leg day is on today's plan. Now, I'm actually quite sore after yesterday's lift, so my chest and my back are quite sore, which is good because I haven't been this sore in a while. It's probably because I took a few days off the gym before hitting yesterday's session. This shouldn't affect my leg day, but it's a good indicator that for those of you that did watch the video yesterday, the high intensity training that I was mentioning is kind of doing something. Because I feel like sometimes the indicator of muscle soreness is a good one to predispose muscle growth. Probably going to try and start with some hack squat. If the hack squat is broken, I will do probably a leg press or something stable for the old quadaroonies, but I'm thinking this is going to be more of a quad focused leg day because I like quad focused leg days, and that's what I want to do. So I'm thinking of going back to seated leg curls as my main hamstring movement, or I do my RDLs where I have a barbell pressed up against my quads and then I lean over the top to keep my knees in a stable position. Because if your knees aren't stable during heavy movements such as RDLs or deadlifts, things like that, squats as well, if they're not either fixed or in a stable position, it can lead to a plethora of injuries. In my case anyway, because I'm made of cheese apparently. Speaking of injuries, I once had a major injury in my hip. For those of you that know me or played rugby with me, you will obviously know that. I ended up having to get surgery in my hips. So when it comes to leg days, and certainly lower body days where I have hip hinge movements, or hip flexion movements, extension, blah, 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 it can be a little bit risky. However, that isn't going to stop me from trying to hit failure. Safe failure, guys. Hit your sets with safe failure. Safe failure meaning that you've either got a spot with you, or you know how to remove yourself from a machine should you hit the inevitable wall of, oh shit, I can't lift this anymore, which is always the goal. Little motivation for you guys today. I was kind of thinking as I left for the gym today that no one is really going to save you. Okay, now you may feel hopeless when you think of that idea that no one's going to come and help you. No one's going to understand what you're going through. No one's going to truly dedicate their time to you when you're in need of it. But that is also a blessing. Realizing that no one's coming to save you when you've hit the wall, when you've hit rock bottom, no one's going to come and save you. It's only up to you. And I feel like the theme is very similar in a lot of my videos because it's me making it. So that's what I think about a lot of the time. So that's why. But no one's coming to save you, so you might as well save yourself. Whatever problems you have, whatever insecurities you've got, no one's going to come and float their way down towards you and say, hey buddy, you're doing a good job. And if you have that facility in your life, great, perfect. But for a lot of people, they don't. So ultimately, you live in your own head 90% of the time. So you've got to get used to being with him or her. Bit of a morbid one, but not really. I'd say it's more of a motivating one for me. So let's use said motivation, crack on in the gym, get a juicy pump in the old quadaroonies. I do like training legs. Legs is probably my favorite day of the two. And I was thinking, as I was warming up, can I do a little bit of foam rolling and stretching before I go to the gym because of my rugby injuries? I was thinking I might go back to push-pull legs. Oh my god, I know! Push-pull legs, push-pull legs. I used to do a lot. I used to run push-pull legs 6 days a week, and it was just so good being in the gym 6 days a week. Now I'm in the gym 4 days a week, and it's like going a bit loopy, going a bit crazy. No, I'm joking. I'm not going crazy. It's. I like the high frequency shit. Okay, and it means I can make more videos, and it means I can train more, and it means I can lift more. So weighing up the pros and cons here. you might see that happen in the near future. And it's 2 upper body days. Who doesn't want a big upper body? Anyway, Red Bull, hope you're doing very well. Oh yeah, also, I haven't got my sunglasses on today. I said it's raining, so I don't need them. My identity is fucked! Let's go! Fuck that bitch!
Yes, it's a trifling friend indeed. Oh, she's a gold digger.
I'm gonna leave that there. Dude. Any metalheads out there, listen to Currents. This is a minute and a half song of just pure pissed offness. It's great. Mean. Rude. Yeah! This is hype! Get ready! Woo-hoo-hoo! You be down and I believe!
Generals gathered in their masses.
Anyway, Black Sabbath had their last ever tour not long ago. I was trying to get tickets, but it was like £800 for one person, and he looked a bit dishevelled, as to be expected. But anyway, you probably tell that we're in the gym right now, so we're getting there now, and we'll perform said lower day. So yeah, let's go do it, ladies and gentlemen. Okay guys, apologies for the weird last clip I left in there. Don't really know what I was doing, but I thought I'd do a voiceover for this video as the studio is now built. Starting off with a pendulum squat as our first exercise. I trained this in the 6 to 8 rep range for 2 sets. I try and focus on a fairly slow eccentric and a powerful concentric here without locking my knees out. I do go to where my knees straighten out, but not where they're fully bent back, with hopes of not collapsing on myself. And as you can see here, training pretty hard and pretty intense. Okay, moving on to the next exercise, we've got a leg extension, and the machine of choice for this week is a plate-loaded one with 4 plates in the middle and 2 plates on the top to try and even out the force profile for this given machine. I actually really like this machine. I haven't used it before, but the tension was very nice on the quads. Again, trying to keep a slow eccentric and really trying to push this to failure. As you can see here, a very slow rep as my final one, trying to really grind out that final bit of effort. And then trying to always get out a little extra on as well, just to maximise the gains. Moving on now, we've got a seated hamstring curl. Again, slow eccentric, but this time we were sort of working in the 8 to 12 rep range, so a bit higher than my 2 previous exercises. But this is going to be our only hamstring movement for the workout. Going to complete failure again. Okay, now, so moving on to sissy squats as our final exercise for the workout. These were weighted, so I had to get this really awkward bag on top of my back. Again, trying to keep these slow eccentrics and really focus on using my quads to drive myself upwards and to the sky. Really not trying to round my back here at all and treat it like a normal squat. But yeah, it felt good. And now you probably tell that we're going to do a bit of a post down here just to see how the quads were looking. And I felt pretty pumped up after this session. So yeah, let me know what you guys think of the voiceover. So yeah, back to me in the car. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we've just finished in the gym from a fairly pumped up leg day. I'm sure you saw the pose down footage that I added at the end. Feeling great in there, to be honest, considering a lot of the machines and a lot of the exercises I actually couldn't do. 1, because people were on them, or 2, because it was broken. Like I mentioned before I got in the gym, the hack squat is still out of service. A bit annoying. I also wanted to do the seated, or the upright leg press, the plate loaded one, obviously, after my main quad movement, which was the pendulum squat. I actually failed on the pendulum squat on my second set, which I filmed for the vertical footage. Ooh, nice bike. which I filmed for the vertical footage. A guy, the reason why I was like, put my thumb up was because a guy watched it happen and started to come over, try to help. But I made sure that he wasn't to worry because the safety was at the bottom, which meant I could actually go to failure, hence why I did. You know, like I mentioned earlier about the training to failure, if you know you can with the correct form, that also applies to the machine you're using. If it has got a safety on it, just use the safety. You know, you're not a pussy for using the safety. Have the safety on at the lowest point you can, low enough to allow yourself to get out. That's what I try and teach myself and others. And then today I also tried the plate-loaded leg extension, which was actually quite nice because there's 3 pins that you can add weight to. So you can have either you can add tension to the top of the movement, you know, where gravity is at its highest, so at the lower pin, or have tension highest when your knees are flexed, when the weight is loaded at the top of the machine. I think I said that right. I might have got my tops and bottoms mixed around, but you get the idea. There's different ranges of motion where the tension is going to be higher, and I try to prioritize the flexed portion of it. So where the muscle's contracting at the top of the movement, I wanted the tension to be the highest because it is plate loaded and the tension is formed through gravity rather than with a cable machine. Tension's the same throughout, so that's why a lot of people like to use cables instead of plates. But I like to change it up now and again, and it was also one of the ones that was free, considering the gym was actually quite busy today. Yeah, feeling pretty pumped. And as I got into the car, as I finished, I looked at the footage of me in the posing room just to have a look, see if it looks any good. I then out loud said to myself, you know, looking down at my legs now, I'm thinking, those aren't my legs in the photo. I'll tell you right now, they do not look the same. It's quite depressing, really, but you know, hey, it's the 5 minutes of the day where I look kind of big. I told you guys yesterday that my speakers or my monitors from my studio arrived. Yippee, all well and good. Tried to set them up last night, got them out of the box, looking fresh, looking amazing, right? Got them out of the box, turned them round, realised I got the wrong bloody cables for them, so it doesn't plug into my audio interface. This dickhead didn't do his research and decided to get the wrong bloody cable. So I have spare guitar cables now. I just don't have RCA inputs. If you know, you know. So last night I went on Amazon quickly to purchase a couple of cables. So those will be arriving today. And then finally I can get my guitar in there and I can start jamming out and writing some more music for you guys. And for myself, actually, because I've missed the bloody thing. The end is in sight, I promise. I said that in the last video, but I promise we will be playing soon, and you never know, I might have done some voiceover for this video. If the bloody stuff wants to arrive. So I'm going to round up the video here, guys. Hopefully you did enjoy this video, and hopefully you've enjoyed the more consistent uploads. I'm going to try and upload a YouTube video every day whilst I can, or whilst I will make the effort to, which sounds more like it. And yeah, trying to make the social media thing work. It will work, it will take time, and I will get better. So stay tuned for all of you real ones that are here before it even happens, before I blow up, because it will happen. I appreciate every single one of you. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do I a favor and subscribe. Like the video if you enjoyed, and I will see you lot in the next video.